let's have a look and listen to Black Rooster Audio's Ro-Gold free vintage plate reverb plugin. It's available on Mac or Windows in VST, AU, and AAX formats. So we'll give it a quick listen, then I'll go over some of the details and features. Plus, I'm going to show you how I'm using it in a track that I'm currently working on. All right, so there's a quick listen to Ro-Gold on some drums. I'm going to show you what it sounds like on acoustic guitar, electric guitar, and vocals in just a bit when I show you the track that I'm currently working on. But first, let's just go over some of the details here. So this is a vintage plate reverb plugin that's based on the EMT 140 hardware reverb. And with this one, they've replaced the steel plate with a gold plate, which gives it a warmer sound. So this is a very unique and nice sounding reverb plugin. All right, so they've made it very easy to use. You have 4 knobs here that you can control. You have your bass cut, and this is going to apply a high pass filter to whatever frequency you decide to set this to. It goes from 10 Hertz all the way up to 1000 Hertz or 1 kilohertz. And then you have your damper knob here, and this controls the decay time. And this is a stepped knob, and you have 10 steps that you can go between with this one. So that's nice and easy to use right there. And then you have your pre-delay here, and this controls the amount of time between the wet and dry signal. Then finally, we have the wet and dry knob, which controls how much of the actual reverb you want into your signal with how much of the dry that you want. So this makes it very flexible just by using that dry wet. Plus you have this really nice big VU meter in the center that looks great. And if you click on the power button right here, it turns it off. So this bypasses the plugin altogether, which can be great if you're using automation to control when the reverb comes on and off, or you could just use it to A and B the sound of it. And then if we go down here and we click on the little gear icon, you can see we have things like GUI size. We can change that, make it bigger, or make it even smaller if we want. We can also change the knob sensitivity and the knob mode if you want, check for updates, and you can access the user manual for this plugin if you need to look anything up. It's right there. And that's basically it for the controls and what this thing is all about. Really amazing that this thing is free. I love plate reverbs, especially ones that are based on the EMT 140. I use that quite a bit in my projects, which is why I was excited to create a song just so I could test this out. I have vocals going on in here, acoustic guitar, and electric guitar. That's all I have in this track. That's all I have in this song. I don't think I'm going to add anything else. It's kind of just a really raw track. I was going for that Bruce Springsteen State Trooper kind of sound with this. And let's start with our vocals first. So I have the Ro-Gold on 2 different vocal double or vocal reverb buses. It's not on the main vocal track itself. I have it routed to the buses. So this is what it sounds like.
Everyone ignore the warnings. Getting right back to work.
So this first one in here, I have it set to 5, so it's a little bit smaller of a reverb. And then the second one is a much larger reverb. It's set to 10, and it kind of just makes the vocal sound bigger when I do that. So let's just mute one of them.
Everyone ignore the warnings. Getting right back to work. And that's when it hit.
So you can hear it adds more depth to it when I enable that one. And again, we'll just disable this one.
Everyone ignore the warnings. Getting right back to work. And that's when it hit.
Just makes it more airy and kind of adds a more haunting tone to this track, which is what I was going for. So that's the vocals right there. Now let's move on to our acoustic guitar. So the same thing with the acoustic guitar, I have it routed to a acoustic reverb bus here. And we'll just give it a listen. Now I'll mute the reverb. You can hear I have it panned. So I have the acoustic guitar actually panned to the right, and then the reverb is panned to the left, and it kind of makes the thing more full. So here it is again. Just makes that single acoustic guitar sound much bigger than what it actually is, and it fills out the track. Now, I have a bit of an electric guitar happening in here too. It's only in certain parts, so I'll go to that now. And again, with the electric guitar, I have it routed over here to a reverb bus. So the Ro-Gold isn't an insert on the track, it's on the bus here. Now let's listen to that. Again, it makes it bigger, so I'll mute it. So now what I'm going to do is play everything all together, and then I'll mute all of the Ro-Golds at the same time, so we can hear them all on and off, and you can hear what they've added to the track.
That dream ended, yeah. There's a formation brewing, looking much like a cloud. Everyone ignore the warnings. Getting right back to work. And that's when it hit.
So you can hear when I mute all of the instances of the Ro-Gold, it kind of just makes the song sound flat, but I enable them and it's given it some depth and interest. It's just made it sound bigger than what it actually is. And it's an excellent vintage reverb plugin. It's amazing that it's free. And now check out 8 more great free VST plugins by clicking the video on the screen. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you really liked it, give it a super thanks. Thank you so much for watching. For Audio Tech TV, I'm Zane. Keep creating, and we'll talk soon.